Wow. Let me just be the first one to tell you that the whole situation, I'm not gonna lie to you, is pretty fucked up. Not fucked up in the sense of, oh, everybody was treated horribly. I mean, we don't know that, but let me just go straight into it. So, wait, hold on. Before I even start going on Twitter and doing all that stuff, let me give you some context of what's going on if you don't know what's happening. So basically, Faze is a content organization group started back like I think in like the early 2010s, right? And at first they started doing Call of Duty trick shots. Yeah, early 2010s, this group called Faze becomes a thing on YouTube, right? Now at first they become a Call of Duty trick shot group and they get bigger and bigger. So they go through different phases from gaming to vlogging to now the new wave of streaming, right? Now through all of that, obviously you get members, you lose members, right? But there was a falling out at some point during I want to say like early 2020, like around that time, maybe 2019, 2021, right? Around that time, I could be wrong, but around that time, they basically dropped every single member of Faze except for Faze Rug and and was it Faze Adapt and a few other people that I can't remember right now. Well, point is, from that was the switch from their vlogging era to now their live stream era. So they had to get new people, younger people, and more people that are into streaming so they can fill in that gap. So the people that they got were people like Jason the Ween, Stable Ronaldo, what is it, Lacey, all those boys, Silky, everybody, right? And they eventually got not only every single one of those streamers I just mentioned individually is now like a top streamer in the fucking world, but they also carried the brand of Faze to them being at the lowest point to them being at the top of the point again, right? So now, just I think 2 days ago during Christmas, right? Yeah, it was during Christmas where everybody, including Adapt, and I'm gonna tell you why this is important, including Adapt, basically tweeted that they're all leaving Faze. So the people who said that they were leaving was Silky, Lacey, Stable Ronaldo, Jason the Ween, and Adapt. Now, out of everybody, I thought it was a joke until I saw Adapt tweet. Now, the reason why this is important is because Adapt was an OG Faze member. He's been there since early 2010. He's been there basically since the beginning of Faze, and he's been in this organization for 14 years. So now the fact that he's leaving, it's making everybody basically be like, yo, what the fuck is going on, right? Now, obviously, the first person to leave in Faze, if you don't know, was Blackboy Max. If you don't know who that is, it's another really, really big streamer, probably one of the best streamers out right now, in my personal opinion, right? Well, he was the first one to leave, and he couldn't really give his like explanation on why he left, right? Some people were speculating, oh, he had to sign some stuff like an NDA involving with Faze. He can't speak on too much stuff, so that's why he couldn't say it. But recently, he actually was open about why he left Faze, and the reason why he left Faze, in my opinion, is still kind of unclear. But from what I understood, from what Blackboy Max said at least, he left Faze because originally, like when everybody was joining Faze, when he was in it at least, he did not. Nobody in the group had any control over what they could have done. That's what I understood from that. Like there was no clear owner, there was no like any control of what they could do really in terms of like expanding out, right? They could do whatever they want in terms of content wise, but I'm talking about business terms, they couldn't do too much. That's what's going on now. So 2 days ago, everybody who I mentioned said that they left Faze, and now this is causing a huge thing. So, everybody went live today. I know everybody went live today talking about why they left Faze and why it was a huge emotional thing, right? So let's see. Swag left Faze. Oh my God! More and more members keep leaving. Okay, so Swag's another OG Faze member. If you don't know, this is getting bad. This is getting really, really bad.
The boys are at the height of everything. They're back-to-back orgs of the year.
This is
Fucking
crazy.
demons, right? Everybody in Faze averaging 10, 20K. Oh, all the boys are averaging 10, 20K viewers. And then like the best sponsor we could grab was Four Loco. It was. I was sitting there thinking like something's weird. Like I feel like, especially with now, the best we can do is Four Loco, bro. There's 7 people in Faze averaging 20K viewers. These motherfuckers, they should have been on a cover of cereal boxes. Like, I was sitting there like, wait, something's not making sense. Like, how the fuck, like 2 years ago, did we have Porsche and McDonald's? Ron has 35K viewers building a slide. I remember I called one of the internal people. I said, "Yo, Ron is averaging 35K viewers building a slide in the back of the backyard. It should be a Nike slide. Why is it not a Nike slide?"
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm talking about right there, is the fact that they're all at the top of what they do, right? They're all top streamers of the world. I mind you, not even of America, no, of the world. Okay? They're averaging 20K viewers, 30K viewers. If you're someone like Jason Lewin, you probably average someone way more, right? But here's the thing. The problem that I'm seeing right now is, and this is what I've been seeing consecutively because I've been watching videos last night so I can talk about it properly today, so I don't give any misinformation or I don't get as confused as I would like to when talking about this. But still, the problem with this is if you're a big organization like Faze Clan, right? Granted, you started from the bottom, rose up to be in the top of the world, crashed and burned horribly because they started getting money hungry and started to take a whole bunch of other brand deals that just didn't feel right to the people, crash and burn. And then you have all of these people, everybody who built up Faze, the new Faze at least, back up. You have Jason Lewin, brother. You have Jason Lewin who beat Ludwig's record this past subathon. You have everybody who reached 100,000 subs during their last subathon. And you're telling me that they couldn't get better sponsorships? This part I agree with Swab 1000%, which is why I think, and I know majority of the Faze Clan members, they said that, they don't really care about the money, they just wanted to build up the Faze thing, and I respect that, I do, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think at some point you gotta clock. You have to understand how much you value your name, right? So now I'm thinking to myself, right, that okay, everybody's probably thinking that they could do better without Faze, because at the end of the day, they don't need Faze. Faze needs them, and right now I think Faze shit is in the gutter. Respectfully, okay. I don't even know how this is affecting everybody's YouTube channel. I know they post. Oh shit! Let me get me started with what the fuck Faze Bank is gonna say, bro. Banks really fucked this up. I'm not gonna lie. He really. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. Pause. Let's go to YouTube. Yeah. I know adapt. Yeah, here we go. Let's watch this. Before we even do anything else, I just want to see this. Not the above. Let's go. Keep pushing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I came in, like, I don't want to say as soon as they started, but I came in, like, relatively at the beginning of it, right?
We're gonna try. We'll add that. Is that
They still won't say it, like, too much either. I know that.
we are all still rocking.
Like, I try to pull up to Ron's stream, right? And he was being very appreciative about, like, being in Faze. Like, nobody has bad blood with Faze. And that's the thing. That's a good thing, right? But I noticed, like, I don't know, the way he had his body language, this might have been just me being delusional as fuck, which it probably is, so don't mind me, but I'm still going to say it. It's just like, I don't know, he seemed like he was struggling to get his words across. And I know it obviously he probably is, because this is like a huge part of his career going on here, right? But I don't even know, man. It's getting hard to watch, like, these people, especially because these are the same people who literally inspired me to start streaming right now. Okay, but okay, I also have a question too. Whenever Ron said that, like, the name that we have is not going to be the thing that they're going to continue going on forward, are they going to start a new group by themselves? Because I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, I don't think now is a good time to do that. Not saying that now isn't a great time for them to capitalize and do their own thing right now. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, like, I think it's too soon. Like, it's the holidays, New Year's about to pop off. If they're gonna start a new org, that has to be like something for later. 1000%, that has to be something later. That's generally what I think. That's something that you do in like February or something. Like, get adjusted with each other individually. Like, get adjusted to know what you're gonna do next by yourselves, and then could think about it as a group. And I know they're gonna keep saying how, oh yeah, we talked about it, like, after streams, like, for late night talks, thinking about what we're gonna do next, right? And that's fine, but I think it takes a lot more planning to start a whole new org than like a couple weeks and a night. No, you have to plan that shit like months ahead. But I don't know, man. They can definitely do an org by themselves if they want to do that, like, for sure. But this is what I'm thinking, right? And whenever I think of Faze, right, I don't think about the old Faze because I'm a new Faze fan, right? I think of these people as Faze. I think these people are the staple of Faze, respectfully. All these people have done something special to like whatever their own special sauces, whatever they decided to put and like add on to Faze, that's what they did, and they did it in their own special way, right? So the fact that Faze wasn't doing, at least for me, it looks like Faze wasn't doing enough back to them. Dude, this is the thing. This is the reason why I thought it was a joke at first, because it caught me off guard. Because they did win Organization of the Year when they did at the Streamer Awards, right? They won last year and they brought it back this year, and it literally happened in the same month. In the same month, this is why I think I'm living a fever dream right now. Because in the same month, you have these people who won Organization of the Year back to back. You have Adapt Over Here who won Breakout Streamer, right? And you have literally everybody here got nominated for something different. And they're just breaking up, going away from Faze and doing their own thing. Like dude, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, it just feels like a fever dream. It doesn't feel real. Right. So this is basically where they broke out and did their own individual streams. I pulled up to Stable Ronaldo's stream, and then I went to Adapt's afterwards, but I didn't see Adapt's full stream. But the point is, like the same, not really the same, but like before all this started to happen, before everybody started doing their own thing, right? Dude, the fact that Swag left now is fucking crazy, not gonna lie. It's actually insane. Yeah, Swag left. I think Apex left. Yeah, Apex left, dude. Dog, I'm telling you, the whole situation is just fucked right now, man. Look, ultimately, no matter how you see it, right? If you join an organization, you are not only expected to pull your own weight and contribute something new to that organization, which everybody did, but the organization has to give something back. I'm talking, and I agree with what Swag said, like sponsorships and shit like that. You need sponsorships to all these individual people because they were at the top. Bro, during the Faze subathon, everybody in Faze was number one, was in the top fucking 10, top 15 throughout the entire month, bro. That's how big they are. I generally think that it got to a point where you didn't know who was in charge and who was like taking control of all the sponsorships and shit. And especially too, I have, dude, a perfect example of like their name getting out there, right? I'm gonna show you a perfect example, right? If we go to, hold up, watch. If we go to the Faze YouTube channel, right? Look, brother. Last time they posted was 4 weeks ago, right? I'm not gonna hold them for not posting because it's hard to be a streamer and then go to YouTube immediately after, right? To go to complete another studio and do that shit, okay? Or wherever they do that shit, right? Point is, I keep seeing, look, you see all these videos, right? I don't see any sponsorships anywhere, okay? Dude, this is not a sponsor. That's just them putting McDonald's on front of it. This is not a sponsor. This is just trying exotic snacks. No. Dude, they didn't contribute shit. Look, we reviewed YouTuber products. They did that by themselves. I don't know if this was a product placement or whatever it was, but it low-key pisses me off a little bit, the fact that you have everybody here who's literally increasing their view rate, right? Look, averaging basically a million views every single video. And the only sponsorships I see is from fucking Mr. Beast or Cash App. Dude, what the hell is going on? You basically have the #1 organization in the world with 0 sponsorships. Do we not see how that's a big ass problem? Dude, and it's just crazy to think about that. And then on top of that, I know Blackboy Max and that's a problem. See, that's what I'm saying. You have the #1 organization in the world with little to no sponsorships. And then mind you, everybody, I think the thing that pissed me off was when I saw Blackboy. Let me show. I don't think we're gonna watch the whole video, but we're gonna go briefly through it. Hold on, wait. Look, we're gonna go to Blackboy Max, right? Look, the truth about Faze. This was posted a day ago. Okay, I watched this yesterday. All right, because I wanted to get information to talk about it. Okay. To briefly go over what he said, like the certain parts that at least I had a problem with was, okay, yeah, they didn't know who was in charge of Faze and who had the most power. Because when they kicked Lacey out, believe it or not, they kicked Lacey out at one point, but then they brought him back in, right? Because I think it's because Lacey didn't pull up to, look, what Black Max basically, what Black said, PBM basically said was that when Lacey missed an important shoot, they kicked him out, right? And then they brought him back in because for I don't know somehow, right? And then that really got Black Boy Max to really think about, okay, who really is in charge of Faze? Like what's the deal over here? What's really going on? And then that kind of snowball effect into one thing going into another. He doesn't have any bad blood with anybody in Faze, right? I think the only person he actually has somewhat beef with is with Faze Banks, right? And I still don't know what the fuck is going on because there's some more and more information literally coming out by the minute. Everybody's coming out and talking about this by the minute, right? And I know the people that was it like the new Faze that are leaving right now, they can't say anything yet, but eventually when they do, hopefully that'll make it more sense. But the point is, Black Boy Max was basically all about like, yeah, no, not only do we not know who's in charge and they can just kick us out whenever the fuck, but on top of that, we're not getting enough sponsorships, even though we're the top streamers in the world right now. And at the same time, where the fuck is all the money? That was a big problem because what he said was when they moved from Miami, or from the last house, which I think was Miami, to their new house in LA, every single member had to cough up like 20 bands. Dude, what do you mean? What do you mean I have to cough up every band? And don't get me wrong, everybody did it, and nobody was like, oh my god, this is fucked up. No, everybody did it willingly because at the end of the day, they don't care about their sponsorships as much, right? They care about the viewer, they care about making the content. That's what they care about, right? But I think it got to a point where not only do they not know who's in charge or who has power over what, but I think now it's getting to a point where they're realizing that, yeah, no, we can do the most for Faze, but Faze isn't equally doing the same shit back. I forgot who said it, but they deserve to have a fucking Nike logo on their house. They deserve to have sponsorship after sponsorship. Like, every single time I go to their streams, I better see, hey guys, today's video is sponsored by X, Y, and Z, bro. Not fucking Meta. I mean, Meta is good and all. I know they did that for the Faze, but dog. Number one org in the world and very little sponsorships. Something's going on over here, bro.
And niggas didn't end up doing the sponsor. Game night.
There we go. There we go. See, that was the night that I'm talking about. That's when Lacey got kicked out, I think. Let me make sure I'm not what I'm talking about.
Other creators, because I'm not gonna lie, I just really don't remember. But
Because there's a lot of information, bro. I'm telling you.
Faze has pulled everybody for the rest of the month and sent niggas home early, right? This is the first time.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay. So, how much control do you have here?
See, boom. There we go.
If that makes sense.
Dude, look. A little pin drop causing a whole snowball effect, man. I'm telling you.
How much control do they have over us?
There we go.
Move. But everything got messed up. Because at the end of the day, we bros and we love each other. Like, you feel me? I want to make that known. Ron, I love you. Jason, I love you. Dap, I love you.
There we go. See, there's no bad blood between anybody, and he's made that very, very clear. Okay.
Merry Christmas to you guys. Well, I texted them though.
On top of that, everybody's so cool with each other. It's just the only thing that's going on is just beef with the organization itself, with the name Faze. That's what the main beef is going on with.
Ideas. Yo, we actually had this idea in this station now. We were supposed to go on this hometown tour.
Bro, I would love to watch that hometown tour, bro. I think, bro, I probably, this is the crazy part because I know I probably speak for everybody when I say, yo, I would have loved to see the hometown tour. See them all go to their hometowns, all of them go to their high school. Bro, I saw them go to Faze Roy's high school during the subathon, and I thought that shit was lit, bro. Everybody got lit. Everybody was super fun to be around. Imagine doing that with the entire member of Faze, bro. That was fucking amazing. That would have been so cool. Yeah, I can skip to this part. Basically, all he says is like, yeah, the reason why I left Faze is because I wanted to do my own thing, and it was really kind of like, not really, like, I don't want to say holding back, but he kind of had like take a bet on himself to get rid of, like, pull out of that organization for him to be better. That's like more or less what he said, basically.
Sorry to rewind the story. Fuck y'all up. Y'all remember when Lacey got kicked from Faze?
Right here. Right here.
He really got kicked from Faze. He got kicked from Faze because, according to the assistants and the staff and the cameraman, they said that he had missed a video shoot or something.
A video shoot, whatever, yeah.
And so he
Back.
actually got kicked from Faze. Granted, he was allowed back in a couple, what's it called, later, because niggas all had combos, but yes, he got kicked from Faze. So my point of this is to tell y'all this. We had no control. There was no control. We were just like we're puppets. At least that's what it felt like. You know what I'm saying? Anything could happen at any moment. Bro, Lacey loved Faze. This nigga campaigned for this shit. This nigga go hard as fuck.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is exactly what I told you guys.
Like, how can that happen, bro? Right? Cool. It come time, y'all know the whole war happened, etc. Right?
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna lie, for the past like 2 months, I was on some shit like, damn, Like, am I really gonna leave? Am I gonna stay? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I was like just on the fence with it. At the end of the day, I fuck with these niggas, but we don't own this shit. We don't have control over our careers as much as we should have. Lie.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest, bro. That whole Faze camp happened when we went to Faze camp. I called up, I rang Yaya, you feel me? Yo, bro, move my shit out.
Dude.
After Faze camp, I'm leaving. And I'm gonna be totally honest, bro. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna sit here and at least apologize publicly to my boys because it caught them very off guard. But the reason I did this was because I needed to make a decision and stand on it. I know if I had niggas move it out, there's
Yeah, more of him just saying like he needs to stand on business shit.
not fight for it, but I gotta go after what I believe is right and what I want.
Right. Hold on.
I would KMS.
Let's keep going forward. Let's keep going forward. Hold on.
I just want to say,
I mean, more of what he's saying is just saying like, yeah, no, he was afraid that he didn't have enough control. He didn't know where the control was coming from. He didn't know where the sponsorships were coming from. Like, he wanted to do other stuff for himself, and he has no bad blood with Faze, but you know what? He just had to take a bet on himself. And honestly, good for him. Generally good for him. Because look, this is Platform Max that we're talking about, right? He has, was it, 5-star going for him. And it's actually going really well for him, too. The thing about organizations is they're supposed to help everybody collectively grow, right? With everybody collectively growing, so does the brand grow as well. But if only they're growing and the brand isn't helping them as much, like, expand out to different sponsorships and, like, get these different deals, then it's not doing its job. It's really not doing its job, and it's making shit so much harder than it needs to be, which is why I think everybody came out and just, well, called it. Everybody just called it, respectfully. That's what happened. I don't know. I just feel like there was not as much respect coming from, like, the name Faze to everybody who did shit for them. Like, respect, and the most respectful way I can say this, too, I want to know what you guys think about all this, though. Because, like, just the moral of all this is basically, like, an organization needs to help. That's what I'm seeing. That's generally what I'm seeing. I don't know. And like I said, like I was going to say, like, the most respectful way I can say this, just Path of Titans. And the most respectful way I can say this, like, would I ever want to join a group? I don't know. I really don't. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I really have no clue if I would ever want to join a group, mainly because I want to have as much creative process, and I want to have like as much freedom as I can to go out, find a sponsorship by myself. Even though I know living in an organization is probably doing it easier, but at the same time, I need to trust who is in charge. I need to trust who's in charge. I know, was it OSCX, or I forget what their official channel. I forget what their name is. I forget, but it has Arky and Yugi in it. They live in a democracy house, and I think I can get behind that. I do, but I don't know. I generally feel like if it's living with a bunch of people, I really have to fuck with them. That's the only issue I have. But honestly, I want to hear, before we even do this, I want to hear what you guys, I want to see what you guys think, if you have any opinions on this, because I have a lot, I already gave, like, basically all my opinions on it. Before I give, like, my full opinion on everything, I want to hear everybody else, like, when they officially come out and say everything. Which is, I don't know, it could be tomorrow, but it could not be. You don't want Faze, you don't watch Faze, not gonna lie. Like, even if you don't watch Faze, like, at least about the whole situation. Like, do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Like, I don't know, man. Me neither. Oh, man. I'm sorry, y'all. It's because I wasn't in it, right? It's because I wasn't in it, respectfully. It's fucked up. That's what I'm saying. It is fucked up. The whole thing is fucked up. Yeah. Because imagine literally being at the top of the world in your respective industry, right? And your organization is, like, basically fucking you. I don't know, man. So it's a whole thing. It's for real, the whole thing. But yeah.